Hi everyone, welcome to the live today. As promised, here I am every Wednesday at 5:15 Eastern Standard Time on my private Facebook group Love CPR, where we talk about how we can heal ourselves from pain and prevent pain from happening in the first place. So feel free to send me your questions and ask me anything you like. But here I go. My topic for today is really, really important and relevant to so many people. Most of the people here have had some kind of a very serious heartbreak. And one of the things, everybody needs closure. I get it, and it's important. It's ridiculous to think that you're not going to need closure, but unfortunately, if you really don't know the ins and outs of closure, many times, unfortunately, you can land into a problem. You can make your heartbreak bigger than it is or it needs to be. Many times people think closure means that they need to go to their partner and they need to ask them what went on. What was wrong? What was wrong with me? What did I do wrong? What can I fix about me? And sometimes they need to hear, they're going to ask questions like, was I even important? Did you even love me? And let me tell you that there are going to be many forms of questions that people will ask, but every question has the same question, same real core question. Did you love me? Am I important? Am I okay? Am I valid? So I want you to understand that it is very, very. It doesn't help. It doesn't help you by hearing the answer. There is nothing this person who's breaking up with you can say that can justify the pain and the fact that it didn't work and your heart wanted it to work. I want everyone, and I include myself because I've been in this place where I needed closure. I want everyone to admit to themselves that there is nothing that person can truly say that's going to give them closure. I mean, somebody can say, well, no, I mean, if the person says I really love you and I just can't live without you, then it'll give me closure. The problem is that some people might just say that. They might actually say that I really love you and I can't live without, And what happens with that is that they reel you back in. They reel you back in. And there is a reason this breakup is happening. It's not happening because you're crazy or they're crazy or you guys just like drama. And I know that there are personalities. All of us have. There's a part of us that can like drama and whatnot. But that's not, it's not so simplistic. And, many times people go and they say, just one more conversation. They end up getting in bed with their partner once again, and right before they're breaking up, what's happening now is that they are realizing the reason the breakup conversation even started is that the relationship is coming to a place where things are just getting real. The relationship is dying, and there's evidence that yes, the relationship is dying. And at that point, to keep on going back, you are just basically collecting more things that you're going to have to eventually get over. So what really is closure? What is closure that doesn't hurt you? Who am I to say this closure is right and that closure is wrong? The only way I can tell that one closure is the right way to do closure and the other closure is the bad way to do closure is dependent on what is going to give you the peace, the love, the calm, the healing, and which one is going to land you back into the fire of what you have been burning and churning in for a while anyway. What is going to just delay something that's going to happen anyway? When a breakup happens, there is a lot of truth that comes out. A lot of dishonesty falls away. If you are breaking up just as a tactic, a control tactic, so that your partner can follow you, then I understand. Then your motivation is completely different. But if you are a person who has been hurt so badly in your relationship and you have realized a pattern that you just keep getting hurt, then it's very important for you to rise up for yourself. To not, you know how many people in that state would say, my partner neglects me, they don't care about me, they don't think about me. It's very important that you don't do those things to yourself that you accuse your partner with. That my partner doesn't give me priority. Give yourself priority. Think of yourself, listen to yourself, the deep self inside, not the surface self that's anxious and saying, yeah, look at his texts, go and hack into her email, follow her, things like that. When there is a breakup, the first thing to do is to rebuild connection. Something that was really, really occupying your life, completely occupying your life. And all of your senses, all of your capabilities, abilities, everything, your attention has now been taken away from you. It has suddenly been taken away. It is time to replace it. To replace it with something that is dependable and real. And something that is not going to change with somebody's mood or availability or desire to give you opportunity or not, which is you. Showing up for yourself. So any closure, and my greatest recommendation is to write a lot. Why do I say that? Because when you write something that you're truly, truly upset about, what happens is that you put a lot of congestion, emotional congestion that is coming your way onto the paper, and that is one level of separation that allows you to see your thoughts now on paper. Suppose you're not a person who likes to write, and I always recommend writing with pen and paper. My request also is to take out all the clarities that you want from that writing process on a separate piece of paper and get rid of that. I'm not talking about writing in a diary and rereading something that is harmful and is hurtful or is a story of pain. It is not a good idea to keep on reading your stories of pain. In fact, when pain has happened, the biggest way to get closure is to rewrite your story. Rewrite what you're about, what you want, and start seeing and living the way you want to end up feeling. Right at that moment, begin that process. When there is closure, when you break up, my recommendations is get rid of the pictures. If you feel you cannot right now get rid of the pictures, put them on a separate disk or something, or why am I calling it a disk, like a little flash drive or something. And put it out of your phone, out of accessibility. Then I would say start getting rid of all of the things in your home. You need to have a sanctuary. It could be that you had a long relationship, and everywhere you go, the grocery store, this, that, everything reminds you of, this partner. And you can go get rid of the whole world. It would be convenient, but that's even not recommended. But don't unnecessarily keep their picture, their things, try and make that environment your own. If you had things in your home or that you did because that person preferred it, start changing it according to you the way you like it. I had a client who liked different kinds of bedding, and she wanted to get something a little bit that looked maybe a little bit feminine. But her partner was like, no, and I get that. But then she went, so you got to make your space yours. And that's my first recommendation, to do all of these things. If you wore, your clothes a certain way because your partner wanted you to do this and that. Start getting your life back according to you. The biggest, most important part in this is going to be connecting to yourself and realizing what is it that you want. Now, the second thing would be become conscious of every time your thought is going to your partner. What is my partner thinking? Is he texting people? Is she on dating apps? Just understand that let it go that way. There is nothing we can do about the first way our thought and our feelings go, first direction. But after that, when you realize it, change it. Flip the focus from your partner back to you. What am I thinking? What am I on? Am I on, whatever dating apps? Whatever you are thinking about your partner, flip it around and inquire about yourself. Make a list of things that give you joy. Joy is a truth teller. And it is the quickest way to start connecting to yourself and creating a relationship with yourself. And why is that important? Because that is the one relationship that is able to hold you when other people choose in that moment not to be there. It is the one thing that is dependable. When a person has had deep heartbreak, one of the biggest things that they feel is a lack of security. They feel like discombobulated, shaken, like their foundation has been shaken. So it becomes extremely important in that moment to find that that stability. And you only want to get stability and trust from something that is trustworthy. And when I say create that relationship, what really you're doing is the whole time you're trying to create trust within yourself. And the trust in this arena, in this way, is like entrusting yourself. Entrusting yourself with yourself. That I will love myself and be there for myself no matter what happens, no matter what I do or I don't do, who I am or whom I'm not, what I look like, what I don't look like. That I will never, I'll always have my back, I'll never let myself go, and I'll always love me. And when you start to, and this relationship cannot be created in a fake way, just like lip service or, you have to really actually connect to yourself and treat yourself as if you would treat somebody that's very special to you. Find out who is special to you. Who in your life do you protect and love and cherish? Write down one or two things about what they are like and how do you treat them, and how would you show up for them, and what would you do if they were going through what you were going through, and do all of those things for yourself. So most people are such wonderful nurturers, but they don't bring the nurturing to themselves. So their nurturing, even with others, remains empty because the first place to nurture is yourself. So, and I want to just quickly mention that I'm going to keep talking about writing processes, but a lot of people don't like to write. And if you don't like to write, then make a selfie video. Keep it aside for a little while until after you're done, and then listen to it again. But when you listen to that video again, watch it again, really. And why do I like video? Because there's micro expressions, there's emotions, there's tonality. And I want you to hear yourself in all of your, in your entire truth. And so, but when you view it again, I would love for there to be enough space so you can deep breathe and get yourself out of the fight and flight. And even up until now, the only thing to really, truly get you out of fight and flight is still deep breathing. So get yourself out of fight and flight. And then watch that video this time with an intention of noticing, of almost like you're an observer. Almost like you're watching something that a friend is saying, which once again is one step removed. And I have created this technique precisely because people who do deep meditation are able to be in the presence of their very painful emotions and still remove themselves enough so that they can watch themselves go through this. And having that one level of removal, being able to watch yourself panoramically, gives such deep insight that I cannot tell you. Each one of us has wisdom inside us. And the wisdom that I have for me is the best wisdom that is so relevant to me and who I am. And everybody is like that. And everybody has wisdom. This is not just reserved for everyone. So make sure that you connect to this. And I don't want this to be like, I don't want you to think like I can do that too, but it's not like I start to get elevated and it's some kind of a weird, sci-fi imagery that I want you to have, that you in deep meditation you can lift up. None of that happens. It's just that you're able to separate yourself from your emotions. It's like, like Eckhart Tolle says, I have feelings, but I am not my feelings. I have emotions, but I am not my emotions. I have thoughts, but I am not my thoughts. I do things, but I am not my behavior. So I'm more than that. There's more. So when you identify with your feelings, you then start writing them. And that's really like a bad road to go down. The way to get closure is to replace all of the places that you were filling yourself with your partner, with yourself instead. That's what closure is. Watch out for closure that puts you back with your partner. Become honest with yourself. Are you truly going for a closure conversation? Become brutally honest. Or are you very, in a polished way, trying to get back with them, trying to manipulate them into getting back with you? Notice it in how you dress when you go, how you're sort of like thinking about what you were going to say, what you're hoping for. It won't be hard for you to understand what you're going for. And ask yourself this question: what do I need my partner to change in order for us to have a good relationship? Chances are, right at this moment, that partner you are breaking up with already knows, because you've said it a million times, you've written it on the wall, you've screamed it, you've fought about it, this and that. Most likely they know, and they still haven't changed. It's very important to come to terms with that. Closure, true, healthy closure happens with you, for you, by you. It requires 0 people. It requires no one to do anything except for you yourself. Now, I would love for you guys to give me your breakup stories. Post them here. Email me at, my email address is sanya@sanyabari.com. And tell me if this advice can work for you. And most especially tell me, this is the part I'm even more interested in, is that where do you find holes in my argument? What do you think is going to be difficult for you to do? What do you think are any questions that are coming up? I love the way I teach and I help my my clients who work with me, is that I love for them to have a Socratic back and forth dialogue. I'm not saying argument, because it's all healthy and it's all very, very helpful, but a dialogue that helps us learn and get deeper into it. So I really hope this helps you. I really hope that your closure doesn't put you deeper into trouble with yourself, that the closure actually is a source of relief and not more pain. My love and my heart to all of you broken-hearted people. I have been there. And I wish you all my love, and I'm sending you light. And I'm wishing you the deepest, deepest healing. If you need more guidance, I'm here for you. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.